Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. So yeah, it's like I didn't warn him. I didn't warn him
I
we were
was
coming
eating a
back.
vitamin.
What kind of vitamins, Zoya?
Flintstone ones.
They still make those?
Yeah, they got an adult version. I bought some.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to buy vitamin D vitamins because it's winter and I'm just not getting that sunlight. I mean, I'm a
Not getting
nerd.
that sunlight because he's a nerd.
Yeah, it's tragic, man.
I don't know why I sang that.
No, it was good. You should sing more.
We're on Sky Temple again.
Every day, every game tonight, every day. I'm serious. All 3 games are Sky Temple.
How do you know?
Because it's predetermined per week. Every team.
Predetermined per week. I bet, nerd.
All right, we got a draft.
We got a draft starting. Kelling Diamond Club versus Ascension Zenith.
What happened to my draft? Gosh, production flubs. Oh, one final thing before we move forward with the draft. Chair League, thank you so much for subscribing while we cast Chair League. Oh, Chairception. Man, I love... Zoya actually wiggles with me. Kubi just acts all weird and awkward, and he gets all upset at me when I wiggle. He doesn't embrace. He doesn't embrace.
You gotta wiggle.
You gotta wiggle. Thanks, Jared.
Kelthaw's getting banned out here by KDC. We'll see if Taronda is let through. Or will we get another Zagara ban?
We might. You never know. Thrural, girls. Don't die.
I am.
You're
doing
recovering.
something.
You're doing better.
I'm doing better, but I still have a cough.
Zagara first
I
pick. She
apologize
didn't get
for my
banned,
cough.
so clearly Zagara is going to be that first pick here on Sky Temple. Good for that zoning. Good for that. You just throw those Hydras, guaranteed damage, force them to swap their targets to blow up the Hydralisk in a lot of situations, and of course the creep spread for all of that. Sweet, fantastic vision.
Ugh. Yeah. Zagara hype.
Where's Tyrande?
With their next 2 picks. Taronda Jaina still available. Taronda Muradin.
Oh, Dibbles? Dibbles Taronda?
Taronda.
That's a very powerful combo. It's classic. The Shadow Charge, yeah, there it is.
See her.
Overpower, flip, and Tyrande.
KDC's in an awesome and interesting spot that we saw it a lot from Gold League in China, where from first pick would tend to just lock in damages, like 3 damages out the game. KDC's in an interesting position where they can lock in both Jaina and Falstad here, and really have like all the best damages available to them. Yes, Muradin, ETC potentially could get banned out, but as well as Uther. But they're gonna go ahead and log in that Muradin.
Yeah, let's just go for the well-rounded, the Muradin, Uther. Just get that big support. Muradin, like you said, by far the best warrior in the game right now. He's just got the presence. He can 1v1 late game if you go with the Thunderclap talent at 13, and he's just so. Look at that beard. Dunk Train doesn't even have a beard that nice.
Yeah,
Volapik is weird though.
Vale is definitely
Feels
different
comfort.
Here. Yeah, it has to be a comfort pick. I mean, over Jaina, over Sonya, over Uther, over Falstad. Excuse me, Falstad. All heroes who are higher up in the meta right now. I'm definitely surprised to see that. Ascension with their first ban, they're gonna go ahead and deny Morales.
Interesting.
Maybe just here. I mean, Morales. If you don't know how to play against her, she is a very difficult hero to deal with.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they're just trying to avoid that if they do struggle versus Morales.
Denying the Falstad. It's a very smart denial, but Jaina's still on the table, a very prominent assassin, as well as Raynor. Raynor, he's fallen off a little bit, but he's still very, very quite good. Oh, the cat is here, Zoya.
Oh. The cat. Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam.
All right, let's get back to the draft. Raynor.
Raynor
Jaina.
Raynor Jaina. Raynor Jaina getting picked up. I mean, this is just so much damage. Whether they go, Ascension Zenith goes either a true support with Karazim or Uther.
Or Rhaegar. All 3 of them work at this point.
Rhaegar. All 3, or if they just do solo support Taronda. This is a fantastic composition. Doesn't matter what their last pick is, as long as it's not like a Gazlo, Ascension Zenith has a guaranteed good composition. KDC, they're going to go ahead and lock in that Sonya.
Have
a really good front line with Muradin and Sonya.
Actually, I retract what I said about this. I would like to see Tassadar on Ascension Zenith. Tassadar Tyrande is so good, especially on this map. And, we saw some crazy good Force Wall Apocalypses in recent tournaments. And if they can pull those off, especially when you consider the small choke points that exist here in Sky Temple, that can be really powerful to have, and the vision that Tassadar provides. But KDC, they need their big support, and Uther's still on the table.
Yeah, Uther pairs very well with Sonya. Divine Shield, just as she dives into the backline, the extra follow-up CC. It's great, so no surprise seeing Uther picked up here. Such as Zenith, what will they pick up? You mentioned the Tassadar. They still have the Karazim as well, which is really good versus the Murden and the Sonya. They have the Rhaegar as well. I mean, they have so many great picks for damages. We could still see the Sylvanas if they do decide to go solo support Tyrande. We could see double Warrior, and there it is. They are going to go double Warrior with the Joanna pickup.
Not too surprising. We were talking about this last game. Lone support Diablo, not the most effective when it comes to just being there to peel quite often, right? Shadow Charge is great in some situations, but Diablo is more of a bruiser at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this is going to work out. I really, really like the comp from Ascension Zenith just because, any comp with Tyrande is already like something you fall in love with, but they have so much damage, even with the double warrior lineup here.
Yeah.
APOC or Lightning Breath, they still have a lot of damage. This is a more standard comp from KDC. This is just a pretty normal composition here that we're used to seeing in the meta.
Both of these are far more standard than the previous match that we had tonight, I would say, for what we are used to seeing in both North America and Europe. Yo, I'm sad we're not seeing Stitches, though. The rise of Stitches this past weekend in EU. So you're shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head?
So, to me, the damage change wasn't enough to make him viable. So he was either always viable before, or
that's what
the
I'm
meta
thinking.
Shifting is making him better. Because there's a lot of warriors. Before, Stitches was pretty bad versus double warrior. Like when you have a Leoric, when you hook a Leoric, that's the worst thing you could ever hook.
It feels terrible.
It's like, so with like the double warrior falling out and a lot more characters being played that are more susceptible to hooks, like a lot more squishier lineups like with Thrall and stuff. Maybe that's what's making Stitches viable. I don't think the patch was enough to make him viable, though. It's either the meta shifting to making him viable, or he was always viable and just no one ran him before.
I'd say the scaling changes might have helped a little bit.
Yeah, true.
And then, of course, he did get buffed with Hunger for More recently. That wasn't quite enough. The damage certainly does help. But, yeah, it's definitely interesting. According to some of the EU players, he was actually starting to see play in scrims for quite a while and picking up in
Bob
popularity.
Bob was running them since they were Bob, before they signed with Dignitas. Like, Bob has always ran Stitches, especially on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But, guys, we have our first game starting up here. On the left-hand side of the map, it's going to be KDC. No, wait.
It's Ascension Zenith, actually. Yeah,
it's Ascension Zenith.
Yeah.
Ophi on Tyrande, Twammy on the Joanna there. Diablo played by Rommel. Sup Baby on Raynor. And Tigray going to be playing the Jaina.
And on the right side, it is KDC with Birdslam23 playing Sonya, Hef on Uther, Fluffy Badger playing Vala, Cascade19 on Muradin, and last but not least is Quick Dash playing Zagara.
Already noticing interesting things here. Empower picked up on Sylvanas, reducing the cooldown on her Owl by 2 seconds when it hits, I believe.
Yes, 2 seconds for all of her abilities. This is
definitely different. There was the nerf to Hunt. Why am I spacing my tongue? Zagara's getting killed off here. That's the power of Diablo Tron right there. They have that 5-man push going, so this is pretty normal for the meta.
Yeah, I think it's pretty common to see the Sentinel build if it's lone support Tyrande, but that's about it, just because the cooldown reduction is so valuable for the heal, and at level 13, you can get 2 heals off. Massive healing for your team, and it makes a big difference, especially with the nerfs to the Shadow Stalk. It might be almost necessary to go for the Pierce build here on Tyrande.
Yeah, with Ranger's Mark, only reducing the cooldown by 6 seconds now, too. As Cascade does get very low. Good slows going down on the Hef as well. Nice Condemn coming out from Twammy, but the rest of the team just not ready to follow up there. I like the fact that they left Sup Baby in the bottom to keep soaking as they are rotating between the lanes here. But despite that early pressure and early kill, experience is pretty even right now, Jake.
Yeah, it's, pretty much pretty dead even. Slight lead here on the side of Ascension, Zenith, but the first shrines or first temples will be active in just 2 seconds from now. See Twami well in position to get on that point, and this double front line of Diablo, Sonya is going to be pretty evenly paired if we have the Sonya Murden together, but they're a bit split right now. Literally going down to 2 targets.
Lovely Badger getting very, very low. Does follow Rommel in the back, but at the same time, Toronto's going to go down as well. Rommel being kited away by Quick Dash here. Nice blizzard coming down from Grey. And Cascade getting very, very low. He's starting to back out. A nice condemn coming out as well. Rommel goes in for the flip onto Hef, and Hef is going to fall, and they're going to have to turn back now as the Uther goes. Going to help this Zergar out a lot. Rommel and Sub Baby very, very low.
Big benefit here is the fact that Sonya has been uncontested at the top shrine. She can very easily solo that with all the self-healing from Whirlwind, and we do see Jaina falling very quickly, overstaying her welcome. Sup Baby did rotate up. We talked about that. He's here trying to push them off this middle shrine. Half the ammunition still retained on that middle shrine.
Yeah, Fluffy Badger getting a lot of soak right now. A lot of the shots here. Quick Dash has to be careful though, going to spread some creep. And that's all of the top shots going over to Sonya in the top there. We do see that Ascension Zenith is trying to force them off the point here. Hef comes in. There's still a few shots. A nice combo there coming out from Diablo Tronda, and Hef goes down. Here comes a big condemn, clumping up Quick Dash and Cascade as well. Nice flank coming from Sonya there. And Twami is going to get very, very low. And it looks like Quick Dash might go down. Sup Baby, it does overextend though. The Hungering Arrow does end up missing. And Sup Babies, how are all these people not dying?
Ooh, the Stormbolt not enough to get Twami. We see the Hydralisk chasing, but barely getting away. Gotta give it to Tigray there with that last Blizzard. I mean, just doing some really massive damage. Almost made it look like we could have seen Ascension Zenith bring that back, but still not enough. Just a little weak in terms of focus on the side of Ascension Zenith.
Really, really cool to see third win picked up here from Murden. Just making sure he's as tanky as possible. You know, this is a build that Jake likes to hype up. I personally think if you're going to go this build, you might as well go Hungering Arrow build. But we're seeing the auto attack build coming out from Vala is going to be Rancor and Vampiric Assault.
Isn't Manicore level 4?
Yes.
So this isn't the true auto attack build. This is a safe build. You have to go Manicore if you want that big damage. And I like auto attack Vala against as like almost like a Rainer style play where you're against big health bars the most, and of course when you need to focus someone. Is this the situation where you should be going for an auto attack Vala? It's not terrible. It is Johanna Diablo, but giving up Manticore for Vamp Assault is debatable.
Well, we do see level 7 here picked up from both teams. It is going to be the full owl build like you talked about with the Pierce. So, you know, if it does hit multiple targets, that's just mad cooldown reduction, mixing the battle momentum at level 7.
That's almost
going to be a lot
overkill to go for battle momentum, I think. It's so much cooldown reduction. We'll see. I feel like there could be mana problems if you're being hyper efficient with both of those. But definitely interesting to see that over Lunar Blaze.
I mean, I don't think Lunar Blaze is ever a talent that's needed. I think,
yeah, that's fair.
If you just move with your Diablo, you know, you can always in range. But nice flip goes down onto Quick Dash there, and the Owl would have secured that kill if it didn't. That's going to be another kill. 5 kills to 3 in favor of Ascension Zenith here, and that bottom shrine is going to spawn. This is a great spawn here for Ascension Zenith as that fort is already exposed.
Yeah, bottom 4, like you said, it's already very much exposed. Those shots instantly going onto the health bar of the fort. Slight experience lead here. Actually, no, just teetering over to the side of KDC. But they're not really ready to contest this bottom shrine whatsoever with Sonya soaking top lane.
There's going to be searing attacks on Vala. She's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Skullcracker picked up on Murden. I haven't seen that talent since early alpha, man. That's when that talent used to actually be the go-to pickup.
Yeah, I forgot it existed, honestly.
Yeah, I forgot about Skullcracker altogether. I was really interested to see that picked up. We're going to see Composite Spear picked up at level 7 from Sonya, increasing the range on the spear. That's also something we don't see very often as well.
Composite. I've never heard that pronunciation. Composite.
Composite?
Yes.
Okay.
I mispronounce things all the time, and I get made fun of, so I'm super glad I finally got to call someone out.
You got me.
Yes. Oh, sup, baby. Well, Rainer says sup, and he's going to have to pop that adrenaline rush trying to stay alive, but no, not today. Cascade of the Dwarf House over, picking up that kill. Nice kill here for KDC. They now have level 10. And Rommel, Twam, they need to be in that full-on retreat status because they do not have their heroic abilities quite yet.
Yeah, and it is 5 versus 4. They're looking for it, though. They're trying to get the dismount on the Twammy.
Oh,
Avatar has been popped.
beautiful.
There is Iron Skin being used. Good dismount with the Blizzard from Tigray as well. And that's a long cooldown. That's 90 seconds until Avatar is back up.
All right, Raynor is alive. Like you said, Avatar was used, and that is quite the duration to spend in this situation. Level 10 just around the corner here on the side of Ascension Zenith, and they are anxious for those heroic abilities there. Hyperion, Shadowstalk, Ring of Frost, Apocalypse, and Blessed Shield. Definitely some wombo potential here on their side.
Yeah, it's just a bit nervous because I don't have much. I mean, I guess you have Blessed Shield that can set up the Ring of Frost, Apocalypse. We'll have to see if the synergy is there from Ascension Zenith here. Have coming in here for the scout. Rommel looking for a potential pick onto Quick Dash there with the rest of the team not in range. And, both teams look like they'll be trading this giant camp out experience. Almost dead even here, about a half level lead right now for KDC.
Yeah, and both teams just picking up those giants, pacing around the middle. In terms of damage this game, Jaina is sitting at that top marker here on the blue side of Ascension Zenith. But Zagara rocking 14k. Those Hydralisks have really been getting that value throughout the game.
You know what, Jake?
Ooh.
Chat's saying that my pronunciation is correct.
Damn.
Condemn does come down.
Oh!
Gonna go down. Wow, what a monstrous Ring of Frost. They're hitting 3 people there. Rommel is so low. He's finally going to go down, but a 3-for-1 exchange with Diablo already back up because of those souls. What a great fight there. Great initiation. We saw that. I talked about the synergy had to be there between the Ring of Frost and the Apocalypse, and they nailed it. Blessed Shield wasn't used there to help set that up, though.
No, it wasn't. But still a huge win here in that fight by Ascension Zenith. Fluffy Bear gets flipped into dangerous situations, and he falls down the crack on Sky Temple. I love when the ragdoll mechanics just send people off the map in those holes. Zoe, I'm so proud of you for saying it better than me, that word that I forgot.
I'm glad you brought it up, because I was going to bring it back up until you addressed it. So, we do see Rommel being bullied off the point here by Hef and has cast a big Blizzard go down. Avatar's been popped really early. Rommel taking a lot of damage there, but a nice Divine Shield coming out from Ufer to keep himself alive to avoid the damage from Ophi. Ophi getting zoned out pretty hard there by Sonya, and Rommel is going to fall, but he's already got enough souls to be back in the fight due to Devil's Due.
Oh man, but so much damage on Sub Baby. He will end up falling. Blizzard hitting 3 targets. Twami rotating up with the Blessed Shield. Condemned combo, but Blizzard still on cooldown. I don't know if they have the damage to follow this up. Bird Slam super low with that Hunter's Mark on him. The Globe actually from Cascade is helping him stay alive right now. And we see Quick Dash quickly getting away. Creep spread everywhere, giving them the vision that they need, but they're not really getting that focus onto a single target. Finally working on Hef. Do they get this kill? Divine Shield still on cooldown, but he slips away.
Just barely going to get out of there. Level 13 going to be acquired here by Ascension Zenith first, but at the same time, Vala Fluffy Badger was in that bottom lane the entire time, just doing as much with these shots as she could, and almost gets the front wall down. And it looks like, so that's where Joanna was at the beginning of the fight. She was taking most of those shots, and that's going to be almost all 3 forts down here for KDC, as top fort's about half HP. Still a fort and a little bit of a middle one still standing for Ascension Zenith.
But it's a very even game, 8 to 10 in terms of kills. Experience pretty much dead even. We see the Bruisers here marching on the right side. The blue ones just now being collected for Ascension Zenith. And it's about as close as it can get, Zoya.
Well, we do see Creep Spread coming out here from Quick Dash here. I love the fact that Ascension Zenith is sticking together as 5. You know, they're clearing camps together, they're rotating on the map together, but we do see that the boss is potentially going to be started here by KDC here, and the Owl is going to scout it, but is there enough time for them to rotate down? I don't think so, Jake. This is going to be a free boss going over to KDC.
Yeah, they're just kind of cutting their losses, taking out the fort, which is probably the best option, then rotate down and defend it. The fortunate thing for Ascension Zenith is the fact that they have Hunter's Mark. And Hunter's Mark is very valuable when it comes to defending things like the boss if the entire team is there to push it out.
We do see the boss pushing his bottom lane. Looks like Sup Baby and the rest of his team are going to rotate down to deal with the boss. That's all 3 forts down for KDC, meaning whatever temple spawns next is going to be going out to keep, which is a really good position to be in. Take a look at these level 13 talents. Will be Shrink Ray onto Rhonda. Not a normal pickup we do see from her. And we'll be seeing Blessed Champion on Uther over Shrink Ray. That's not something we see too often.
Yeah, interesting.
Shrink Ray being really good versus both Diablo and Joanna.
Great tool to lock people down and save your allies. Blessed Champion. We'll see how that makes a difference, if the additional healing will help out. Middle temple, will be the one temple spawning this phase. in terms of mercenaries, pretty much everything's been cleaned up. The bottom left giants could have been picked up in time, as blue did have a strong presence there, but they're valuing the surprise attack with this party bush.
Yeah, they're going to try and make something happen here. Temple's spawning in 4 seconds here. Diablo going to go ahead and just clear a little bit of experience here. Hef has to be careful, though. If he gets killed by any form of flip combo, the Toronto's there. They got enough damage to secure themselves a kill. Twammy comes out there. Going to go ahead and go onto Hef there. Big Blizzard goes down. There's the charge. The Stun doesn't hit, but a nice Divine Shield last second. There's the Apocalypse. And a big 3-man Maw there at the front line from Quick Dash. Rommel taking a lot of damage there. His healer's trying to keep him alive. There's a big Hyperion. Rommel comes back, and he's not going to go down. But Third Slam going straight on the team. He's going to be the first to fall in this fight. Nice flip there. A big Condemn coming out from Twammy. And Ophi is doing an excellent job of not only keeping his team alive, but helping secure kills. Quick Dash another. The stun hits on the Cigar, but the penetrating round might have actually kept them alive there.
The Sentinel, not quite enough for that kill. Didn't hit Fluffy Badger. Would have killed him for sure. But man, the value of Condemn Blizzard. I mean, that fight looks really even. Rommel barely escaping. We saw him get that kill with the Overpower, barely staying alive from the great heals of Ophi, but the Condemn from Twammy with that Blizzard raining down really turned the tides in favor of Ascension Zenith.
Well, we do see that the middle keep is being sieged here. As the shots do run out, the last 4 shots are going to go at this middle keep here. That's going to just expose the keep to the next shrines that spawn in the middle.
This is really interesting, the fact that we're actually seeing True Shot over Ranger. Generally speaking, when you go an Owl build, like, it's just better to go for Ranger because it's increased damage, increased width. And if you have the increased width, you can hit 3 to 4 members pretty frequently with your Sentinel fighting over the map objectives. But wow, that Uther, no Divine Shield available. He is insta-dead.
Yeah, very dead. Yeah, especially the nerf to True Shot Aura. It's definitely interesting to see that picked up from Tyrande there. Interesting build from Raynor as well. We're going to be seeing Bullseye, but he didn't go the double Q at 13 as well, so changing up the builds a little bit there. It's going to be Numbing Blast on Jaina. Not going to be seeing Northern Exposure. You don't really need to overlap, as you do have the Hunter's Mark, so no surprise there. Blood for Blood on Bala. It's going to be Furious Blow on Sonya over Stone Skin, so... a little bit more of an aggressive build coming out there. And, ooh, no Benediction from Uther. He's going to be going for Gathering Radiance.
Some very uncommon talents picked up for sure. Rommel in the front, taking a lot of damage. Maw is connecting onto heroes. They need to try to get them out. Big Lunar Flare is needed, but we see Baby needs to back up himself. The flip there, Rommel getting the space he needs. Backing away, is he alive? Twammy zoning beautifully, and they do manage to escape with all 5 members of their team.
Yeah, problem was there was no follow-up on that mob, but even if there was, it's Rommel and Twammy inside of it, the 2 warriors. You know, whenever you get those big frontline Maws, you know, if you don't have any follow-up for, or you can't get to the backline to secure a kill, as maybe did kite back very well, you know, you're not going to get much out of it. So nice job there coming out from Ascension Zenith. Keep himself alive. We're going to start taking some camps. You know, they have about a full level lead right now as we're getting closer to 20.
Yeah, they're getting up there, level 17, like I said, the 16, but it isn't even talent tiered when it boils down to it. In terms of heroics, 50 seconds still remaining on that mob, but it's a similar situation for Apocalypse, Hyperion, and Ring of Frost. Probably just going to see the opposite shrines collected here, opposite temples, top here for Ascension Zenith and KDC have that presence in the bottom with these giants marching down as well.
Well, you do see that the final fort is going to fall there for Ascension Zenith, but keeps already taking some serious damage there for KDC. And we have an actual push in the top lane here, push in the bottom lane. Both teams going for that trade. And potentially a good situation here for KDC as that boss is just about to be up, Jake. We can see them go contest that after they do some damage. But it looks like this top keeps going down no matter what here for KDC.
Yeah, and we actually have KDC backing up. I know they need to defend this, but it's a little bit too late for that. So much damage done. The Knights, the Hyperion doing a lot of damage to that keep, and they still have ammunition remaining. So the keep falls, 1 keep remaining on the side of KDC, and the rest of this ammo will now be collected here by Ascension Zenith.
It's going to be level 19 almost secured here by Ascension Zenith. That's going to put them very close to that 20 tier. Baby with the lazy back almost gets caught out, but is going to get that back just in time. And the rest of the team is going to go ahead and back out of there. And that leaves 1 standing keep here for KDC. I mean, this is a beautiful position for Ascension Zenith to be in. I mean, they're up 2 keeps, 3 keeps to the 1, and they're about to have 20 tier.
Yeah, it's a huge victory for them to just kind of not only pick up that keep, deny the final shots on that bottom shrine, that is still sitting and waiting for them, especially when they're so close to those Storm talents. They're going to go for these Giants. Hef going to try to get in there and steal, not able to do so by himself, so he does need to back away. And it looks like there's a lot of posturing around and nobody really willing to get onto that bottom shrine.
I think Ascension should play safe. They have such a huge advantage right now, and the only way they can lose this game at this point is just by doing something bad. Like, they're going to go for it there. Apocalypse goes down, hits 2 members there in the back line. Big Divine Shield goes on the Sonya. Nice spin as well. Bog gets out the Diablo. Unifier connects with the Murden, and a big strafe coming out from Fluffy Badger doing a lot of damage. OP doing an excellent job of keeping the team alive, and Ring of Frost connects with only one person, and that's going to be the death of Tyrande, but Sonya is going to go down as well. Diablo's going to fall. Tigray getting very, very low. They get Hef. He does not have it, the redemption just yet, though. Quick Dash just barely going to survive. Twemi and Up Baby trying to live there, but a 4 for 2 exchange in favor of KDC. They should not have fought that. They almost had 20. If they would have just waited for that, it would have been a guaranteed win for them.
They could have just played a little bit more passively and, like you said, had 20, and that would have been a great spot for them. Honestly, just beyond that, it was a great initiation by Sonya. I got to give props to Tigray for really just pretty much wearing out the entire Divine Shield, kiting, and as soon as the Ancient Spirit came out, he ice blocked. That was a really good start to the fight, but they just didn't have the follow-up. The whole team was a little bit too spread out. The Maw was beautifully placed in that fight, and now this bottom shrine is finally being picked up by KDC, getting those final shots off, not quite enough to eliminate the bottom keep.
Yeah, the keep's not going to fall, but they're on the same tier now. They're, because of that loss the Ascension had there. KC is now ahead on experience just slightly. They're still down 1 keep to the 3 of Ascension, but they've completely evened up the game when it comes to experience. They can look at the level 20 talents. We're going to be seeing Lord Terror again. It will be Storm Shield on Tyrande. Nothing too unordinary from the other areas. We do have redemption this game from Uther. We're going to be seeing Unstoppable Force on Murden over the Hardened Shield.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different there. And we're going to be seeing Anger Management as well on Sonya, so neither of them going for the Hardened Shield talent.
Very go hammer, go home out of these 2 warriors, not going for that big sustainability. Half going to get flipped on in here. The Apocalypse used very early. Divine Shield in response. Rommel gets that big self-heal with the life steal, and Hef is barely escaping this fight. Rommel in the retreat. Hyperion has been cast, going on in Shadow Charge flip. That is going to be a death there on Bird Slam. Cascade very low himself. Hef trying to get out of here on that pleb horse, and it looks like he'll be successful in doing so. Tigray trying to bolt and throw out the Shadow Bolt, but it's not enough. Storm
that's going to be a 5 versus 4 for the next 50 seconds there. Owl does scout that they're still in position. It's just really greedy play from KDC if they want to try and contest this here. Looks like they might potentially go for a forced fight there. Quick Dash going for some scouting there. Joanna does reveal herself with this small wall here, and I have no idea what Ascension Zenith is looking to do. Looks like they're going to be invading the Bruisers up here. Get a little bit extra push. Still 30 seconds on Sonya, though, as the double shrine is spawning. She's going to be a little bit late to the party. But the time difference isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though, because they're guaranteed to lose this bottom keep at this point. They have to defend that Bruiser camp. The lane's entirely pushed out, so they know they're at least, going to spend a few seconds up there. Bottom keep is incredibly vulnerable, and both shrines will be controlled for a short period of time. I like this call just to leave Johanna alone. We didn't see this a lot in the first game of the day, and just throwing this one safe hero, Johanna, who can get out of a lot of bad spots, who immediately rotates once she sees some resistance from the enemy team.
We do see that Ascension Zenith is holding this top shrine. That is going to get that keep. Well done from them, but this is a lot of split heroes here. There's 3 versus 5 right now. Flip goes down. Fluffy Badger with a nice full swim. Ring of Frost only hits the Avatar there, but he's still taking a lot of damage. Nice Apocalypse, but a big strafe coming out from Fluffy Badger there, and it looks like Sonya is really about to go down there. Nice Divine Shield on the Murder, but Ball's going to fall as well. A big flip goes down on the Quick Dash. He bolts back. Can he survive? The Hyperion is chasing him. Tigray with the slow. Will he be able to land the Frostbolt? He does, and I think that's going to be the death of Quick Dash, and with 4 members down, Uther is about to res, but I think that's going to be game, Jake. With both shrines available, with only 2 members available to defend, that should be it.
That was probably the most value Firestorm I've ever seen. The returning flames just did so much damage. They actually picked up 2 kills in that instance, and that's why we see this build of Diablo so frequently. I mean, very damage heavy with Fire Devil. Actually, we even seen Rampage in this game, and Firestorm. A lot of damage applied. GG. This week's winner in our second game is Ascension Zenith. They won last week. I think they're still undefeated, Zoya.
Yeah, it's a really good game from them. I mean, their team fight was great. We saw them up 20 kills to 12. Um, the only real big issue that game they had was when they decided to fight 19 versus 18.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they played very, very well. Really impressed with them.
Well played by our boys at Ascension Zenith. And we do have a final game of the night. And let me get there. The teams are Tall Lazarus. Man, words are hard, Zoe. Can you say it for me?
I don't know what
I'm gonna
it is.
type it. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Can you say this?
Tall Lazarus.
It is Lazarus. Okay, I was saying Lazarus or something.
Yeah, you made a th sound. There's no th there.
I'm so upset with myself. I failed
okay.
you. I failed you, stream.
You're okay, man.
No, it's not okay. All right, let's add these guys and see if we can get an update out of them as to if they would be able to play early or not. Their match is not scheduled for a little while, but it doesn't mean we can't get things rolling, because I know these guys, they like to play video games.
Well, we should go to the break so I can go to the bathroom.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to get the next match set up. We'll give you guys some updates very soon, so stay tuned. We'll be back in just a bit with some more Chair League.